Okay, question for you. How do you know you've been in Japan too long?
How do I know you've been in Japan too long?
How do you know you've been in Japan too long?
I guess that's when you start wearing hats like that inside.
Exactly.
There we go. Boom. Okay,
so tonight,
intro music. Boom, 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 boom.
For tonight's 2.5 Oyajis, I've got a question. I'm gonna ask the expert here. Actually, I don't know if you're an expert, but here's a question I don't know the answer to. I thought you might know. Why do we have? Why does Japan have a prime minister? We just got a new prime minister, Noda. I just put up a video about that tonight, or a couple nights ago when this will go up.
Yeah.
Why do we have so many prime ministers in Japan? And do you think it's bad? Does it impede? What do you think? Well, why and what's the result of it? That's the question.
Okay, so you're asking me?
Yes.
So
I hope you know the answer to it. Otherwise, we have no video.
Well, I mean, every time there's a new reason, but I mean, I guess what it comes down to is basically that. One, it's not like America where you don't elect the president. You know, the leader is chosen by the political party. So it's basically, for America, it's like basically having Congress and the Senate with no executive branch.
Right.
So, like at the moment, you know, every time they have a big fight, and you know, like within the Republicans, there's a Tea Party, and there are moderates, and there are different sort of factions.
I would like to apologize for the Tea Party right now.
It's good entertainment for us, but you know, it's the same in Japan basically as Australia, New Zealand, England. You know, you have these systems where they're parliamentary systems but what it all comes down to is that you have all these groups fighting for power within the political parties, plus all the external pressures of the opposition parties always trying to bring down the government. So if there's a leader who's not doing well for the party and everyone's worried this guy's going to get us all kicked out, the politicians themselves just remove him. So what happened with Khan? The reason that Khan came out, well, there are two reasons that Khan was actually about to be impeached just before the earthquake.
Oh, really?
And he wouldn't have seen out the month of March because
I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, he apparently received a lot of political donations from foreign citizens, which is illegal in the United States as well. Well, there were two cases. There's Seiji Maehara, who was one of the candidates to be the leader.
Yeah, well, Maehara I know about.
And Maehara, he just got some money from an old lady, a family friend, who ran a yakiniku shop, but it turned out that she was a Zainichi Korean. She was a Japanese-born ethnic Korean who didn't have Japanese citizenship. Right. And that's still illegal, even though she's born in Japan. But
crazy.
Yeah, there's a stupid rule. But,
you know what's ironic is I was going to say those people.
Those people.
Excuse me. They Zainichi Koreans are eligible to hold low-level political positions. Do you know that?
Right, civil service, right?
Yes.
And they fought for that. And there's actually
but they're not allowed to donate money to political parties. That's ridiculous. They're allowed to serve, but they can't contribute.
They can try to contribute, but politicians aren't allowed to receive money from them. That's how it works. The Zainichis won't be prosecuted for donating. The politicians will be prosecuted for receiving. But also there's a big
like a prostitute and John.
Probably. I wouldn't classify all Zainichis in Japan as that, but yes, it's a
it depends on which side you think they're on.
And but the point was he was going to get impeached for taking money from those groups, but the earthquake happened and it was all an emergency, so everybody put that off. But the other problem that happened was he chose to get into a big fight within his party with Ozawa.
Right.
And you know Ozawa, right? Ozawa is the big power broker.
Master.
Yeah. So this is me jabbering way too much, but it breaks down like this. The Democrats are just a big coalition of people who don't like the LDP. And it's made up basically of socialists and basically kind of center right-wingers who used to be in the LDP. So Ozawa and Hatoyama, they were like right-wingers who used to be LDP, who were kind of centrists and populists, and Khan's from the socialist group. And basically the Democrats are about 55% Khan, kind of socialist, and 45% ex-LDP, kind of more conservative. And the problem is that they hate each other. And so under Hatoyama, they shared all the positions around and they tried to all work together. But when Khan came in, he didn't want to work with Ozawa. He didn't want to work with the right-wing guys who were trying to exert too much control. So he basically shut them all out. And he undid all of the election promises. The Democrats got pummeled in the upper house elections, and then they lost control of the upper house of parliament, which means that now they can't pass laws without the cooperation of the LDP.
Right.
And
they hate.
Who they also hate. But it was almost like they were treating Ozawa the same as they were treating the LDP. He was fighting against everybody, and he was getting nothing kind of done. And it interfered with the recovery and so on. And this is the thing. If the LDP didn't impeach him, they knew that Ozawa, he wanted to get people from his side into jobs in the government, like into foreign minister or cabinet secretary, and Khan banned everyone who he associated with from being associated with his cabinet. But so basically, because Ozawa was pissed off, when the LDP brought a no-confidence motion against Khan, Ozawa said to Khan, either you give my guys some positions, or you resign, otherwise we're going to support the no-confidence motion that the LDP is bringing against you. And basically Khan, rather than give jobs to Ozawa's people, he actually resigned, or he said he would resign a couple of months later, which is what he did the other day. But basically that was just a result of badly managing internal politics.
But apparently Khan orchestrated the new prime minister's position. Noda. I mean,
he appointed him. Yeah, it's his guy. And the reason that he chose him is because, like Khan, he wants to raise the consumption tax from 5% to 10%.
Right. Right.
And Khan is owned by the foreign ministry. You know, that was the foreign ministry's agenda. The finance ministry's agenda.
Finance ministry.
And it's mind-boggling to me because Khan was like anti-nuclear. He wanted to get rid of nuclear plants and all that, whereas Noda is pro-nuclear. But
I didn't know that, really.
Yeah, he is. When Khan said, let's aim for a nuclear-free Japan, Noda said publicly, Khan shouldn't say that when he's about to leave. And, Khan took it back the next day and said, it's just my personal opinion, which goes to show how important he thinks the sales tax is. But you imagine, a political...
Well, honestly, I don't mind the sale tax going up at all. I mean...
Well, it has to. They had that,
New York City's higher, California's higher, and I don't know how New Zealand is, but do you have a sales tax on there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got like 20%. But, don't...
What? 20%?
Something like that. That's what it is now. We were one of the first
I'm honestly shocked.
Yeah.
I think it's 8% in New York, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus!
So,
no wonder everyone's leaving your country. Like 30% of your country is traveling at the same.
Yeah, we leave the sheep to pay for us.
Jesus, that's amazing. Well, hey, thanks for that. I didn't know.
Yeah, so that's basically how Khan got kicked out, and there's some drama like that. There's some huge political backstabbing, backroom political intrigue happens every year. So Khan will go back to living with his first cousin/wife, and
that's right. I forgot all about it.
I don't know. You can be prosecuted for that in some countries, but
not in America. It's legal. I looked it up.
It's legal. I know, maybe they'll retire.
That's what I'm interested in. Believe me, my cousins. If you're watching this, sorry, none of you are my type, and I'm taken anyways.
Yeah, but actually, but all that said, Khan, he's a nice guy. He's a really
I like Khan.
Nice
I always
guy.
like.
Really popular amongst foreigners for some reasons. All the foreigners I know love him, but he's only got like a 15% approval rating amongst Japanese people.
He is the poorest prime minister that's ever been elected.
Maybe that's it.
The guy before him, Hatayama, was the richest. So we like the Alger Horatio Alger story. Poor man to riches. So.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, hikosaemon.
Not at all. Anytime, any place. If you've got any questions, or
if anyone has any questions about political stuff, leave it to us and we'll look it up if we don't know.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Because I definitely won't know for sure, but I'm learning a lot. Just living here.
It's fun. The politics here is in New Zealand. The politics is just like do you prefer which types of sheep? But in Japan, it's like really. There's like the pro Merino party, and it's terrible. So in Japan, it's really. It's horrible in a lot of ways. Like politicians here regularly get arrested and thrown in jail, but it's kind of interesting. It's like a soap opera.
Yeah.
So provided you don't.
That's a soap opera, right?
Yeah, provided you stop realizing that this is actually messing with our lives, it's actually quite fun to watch. So I highly recommend learning about Japanese politics.
Well, just remember not to remember that.
Yeah, exactly. So So next time, peace.